nearest him, "I am coming," and the same words came from all around. Mother's brood was mobilizing to crush these intruders, these men. As he ran, he felt the quick, fierce words rattle beneath him. "They have severed the web. They have destroyed the trees." "Many?" "Few, but they have much fire and a light that burns worse than the sun. They can strike from afar. Destroy them! Protect Mother! Protect Mother!" And a dawning horror, even as Nth crept and reached from tree to tree, stop, start, because the men were pressing deeper into the forest, because they were slaying many of the brood, because they were headed straight for Mother. Ahead of him another swathe of web crackled and parted, shrivelling to nothing in a sudden burst of heat. His clustered eyes caught the glare of it little more, but he changed course. The men were travelling faster than word could keep up, leaving the brood constantly off balance. Every time their fire flared, they were striking Nth's siblings dumb by destroying the lines and nets that they spoke through. Then he was close to them, seeing only the pattern of their movement, the knot of men like a single, many-limbed entity to his weak eyes. At the fore, it had metal claws, and those of the brood that attacked them, mad with their fear for Mother, were pierced and cut, limbs hacked from their bodies, innards spilled and strewn and trampled as the man-creature moved on. There was a tremble in the ground that spoke to Nth, and a wave of his siblings caught up, a tide of grey-haired, bulbous bodies and arching legs. Fangs gaping, furious at the deaths of their kin, at the damage to their home, at the sheer temerity of these trespassers. Fire roared from the men, not one of their small fires that guarded them as they slept, nor the smaller ones they held by hand, but a great deluge of it that seared across the brood, boiling them in their skins, setting them briefly ablaze before they broke open from the heat, writhing and twitching in momentary agony that the ground took straight to Nth and all the others. "Together," one of his siblings drummed, and they were all rushing, more of the brood in one place than Nth had ever known, drawn from all over the wood. He braced himself for the fire, telling himself, "It cannot kill us all," and that if he died for Mother, it would be worth it. He had forgotten the light they had spoken of. From the centre of the men there issued a golden radiance, not heat, not force, but pure light so bright that his poor eyes were blind instantly, but more than that. There was a mind behind that light, and it despised him, it punished him. He felt its vast and potent displeasure crush him to the ground, sweep him away so that he was running. They were all running, and the men pushed on, horrible, unstoppable, unbearable, in their desecration of his home. The brood rallied, and now he was among that wave running after the men, catching up, and there was another gout of flame that crisped the hair on his legs, and another half-dozen of his siblings died screaming. And Mother. The men had broken into her lair, a clearing in the heart of the wood that was so hung with centuries of webs that it was like a cave. And there they faced her, and the brood had come from all around, thronging the trees, blackening the ground behind them to either side, climbing the webs overhead, ready to descend and sacrifice everything to have some hope of saving she who had given them life. She had raised herself on her limbs, a giant 10 times the size of the largest of her brood, her largest eyes bigger than the head of a man, her fangs as long as their metal claws. But the men had fire and light, and so many of the brood were dead to prove it. They could kill Mother. They could end it all. Nestled amid his siblings, Nth trembled, hearing the messages of fear and confusion and anger from all around him. Then Mother spoke to them, even as she took a few careful, stalking steps forwards. "Be still, my children. Hold your fangs. They speak." "Steady," Dion called. The disk of armies in her upraised hand bathed them in a radiant light that brought confusion to the great host of spiders all around them. She could see its purity burning the monsters' eyes, driving back their dark nature. In her white tabard over the bronzed scales of her mail, she positively glowed with reflected light, a figure from legend, indomitable.